Hello everybody and welcome back. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Deborah Hatswell and you're listening to BBR Investigations. In February of 2021, a man driving to work in the Bedfordshire area who was moving past Kraken Hill saw something he described as a British Bigfoot or a wood wose that seemed to be fishing in the waters from the flooded River Ouse. He went back that night because he was so shaken up by what he'd seen. He wanted to make sure that he hadn't misidentified a tree or a stump or something like that with the creature that he saw. He said it was over 8 feet tall and completely hair covered. And what you'll hear next is him at the scene speaking about the event when he went back after work that day.
Right, I've just come back. This is after I've knocked off work. Quite a way down this road, I keep getting glimpses of this sort of view from different perspectives, and I'm sure I saw a Wose. So in this general area here, you see that road? It comes from behind that hedgerow, which is like, there's a second field over there, and it was like wading through there, and it was very long haired, and if you can imagine the hands curled up, the hairs come from the cuff area over its hands. It were like not super dark black like these ones that absorb light. It were probably a charcoal grey colour, but it was silhouetted against the water here. And I'm just looking if there's anything there that I could be mistaken for it, but there ain't. It were a big boy. Yeah, definitely a big boy. Anyway, he come from different perspectives. He come over this sort of line, and he was wading through the water here, looking down, bending down every now and again, looking, and at one point he put his hand over the water. So yeah, I've just come back to double check. I want to get it clear in my own mind. I have because when you're going along a road, I slowed right down to about 35. There was no one behind me, so I could slow down. And he sort of come round that area where I'm looking now, but he come from sort of, when I first saw him, he was just coming over that line, and he come through here, wading. He was looking for something, or he was foraging or fishing. I don't know what he was doing. He had long hair over his face, but he weren't like slim at the waist and top heavy. He was thick all the way down, really, really thick dude. I reckon over 8.5 foot, easy. And there's nothing there I can see. I just wanted to clarify this in my own mind, because when you're driving along, you're seeing it from different perspectives. And I had about 3 glimpses of this area coming up this road from Kraken Hill. Well, I'm on Kraken Hill, from where I turn onto this road. And it's the road from Harrold to Lavenden. I'll give you the coordinates of where I saw the sighting. But he were a big dude, he really were. One of what I call the Bedfordshire big boys, because everybody else seems to think they're smaller in this country, but there you go. He were really big. I think he was over 8.5, he could have been 9, even more. But he were big as in not tall big, but big, if you know what I mean. Really thick. Straight all the way down. This is where I saw it anyway. And it's the 1st of February 2021. I saw this approximately 9:30, 10 in the morning, on my way to work. But this is where the users burst its bank and come over the fields. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? What was he looking for? What was he foraging? Was he fishing? Was he needling? I don't know. But this is where I saw him. Just give you another perspective, a bit further down where I was looking at him. Yeah, he would have come from behind there somewhere when I was seeing him. And, you know, when you're driving along, from different perspectives, you've got trees flashing past. It can seem like the subject's moving when it's actually you moving, but the bit I can't get over is he was definitely more upright at some points and bending down. It might have given an appearance to be moving, but it was more like it was upright and then bending down to look and then up again. Obviously, he was silhouetted against the water, so I couldn't make any mega detail, but he wasn't super black. Like, see that bush, you know, it's moderately similar to that colour. It looks blackish, but it wasn't like super black. Another perspective, even further back. Yeah, that area was that more or less exactly where that white area, exactly where I saw him from that bit. And there was a bit one further back. Do you realise how cold that water is? How cold it is? I kind of glimpsed him 3 times. I mean, as I say, you've got trees flashing by. You're trying to keep your eyes on it and concentrating on being on the road, obviously. Although there weren't much traffic around.
I think our witness is correct. Yearly patterns change things and creatures adapt and overcome. I think the flooding of the Ouse would have filled those fields with lots of fish and things that it could eat. And I think it was walking along there, and that's what had brought it out into the open. This year, 2024, my first report came in on the 3rd of March. And the next time you hear from me, that's the report I'll be sharing with you. I wonder if it's in your area. Good night, everyone.